So, on the 23rd of March 2024, Mohbad's mother, Abosede, had an uncensored interview where she claimed that she is going to open up on late son, ex-husband, and Naira Marley. I'm going to go through some of the important aspects of what she said. Now, the question that was asked is this. It has been alleged that you left your former marriage when Mohbad was little because you were pregnant for another man. What actually led to the breakup of your union with his dad? Our response is this. All that happened about 10 years ago, when I left Joseph, Mohbad's dad, that they have been using to fight me is what I want to speak about. Since then, they have been fighting with me, saying that I left my children. I never left my children for 10 years. I did not drop them with anyone. Their father, Joseph, was the one that wanted to RIP me. He wanted to stab me to RIP, yet I still stayed. However, some people sent my parents a message that they should come and take me away from his house before he would RIP me. Joseph is lying that he caught me cheating on him. Many people have been calling me an adulterer because of the lies he told against me. Now, I'm going to summarize this because that's not what we want to know. We don't care about what happened in a past marriage, although it's important in what eventually led to the RIP of Mohbad. She said that her own parents said she should not marry Mohbad's father, but they went ahead with their relationship. And even his father did not accept the introduction and all of that. But she kept on, and eventually it became what it is. So they had a child. Now, let us go to some very important thing that she said. Apart from her father did not accept, our own mom continued to encourage her to stay with Mohbad's father because she does not want her to have children for several men, which she eventually did anyway. She said that her own father was not happy at all, that she had to sneak in and out to see her own mom because her father was so angry with Mohbad's father, saying that the man is poor and also that the man seems to be, looks like a man that will be wicked or terrible. You know, that's what she said. So that's that. Now, this is the question she was asked. There have been conflicting information about the circumstances leading to Mohbad's demise. Can you give us a clearer picture of what actually happened? She said, I actually did not know when my child Mohbad passed away. His father did not tell me. I was in his house for 10 days shortly before he RIP. I ran back there when I heard that he had RIP. I was the one who called his father and siblings to inform them. I brought them all together. I called their father to come and see me with all the children despite all he had done to me. I did not have the strength to fight with him because I found happiness in my children. And because they are grown up, I brought them all together. But their father separated us. I believe that my son was not RIP as of the time he was buried. I actually told them not to bury him, but they refused. If they had not buried him at that time, he did. I believe he would have lived. Joseph, usually my problem. I believe that he buried my son before he RIP. Now, this is the important part that I want us to take note of here. Mohbad's mother is alleging that Mohbad's father put Mohbad under the soil whilst Mohbad was still breathing. And this has caused a lot of controversy. You see, this used to be the narrative back then when people didn't understand what happened. I'm kind of thinking that Mohbad's mother is still sleeping, or she was just told what to say. She's not even thinking properly, or she's not taking note of what is out there on social media. She is as ignorant as ignorance can ever be. Mohbad's father said, and he quoted where he went to, said, I went to the police station. Wunmi was there. Others were there. Even the younger brother of Mohbad's mother was there. I went there in the hope that the police would arrest them. But the police did not. I also wanted to get police report so as to take my son to the morgue. The police refused to give me the document required. And on the other hand, Wunmi sat down there. She had the document that was needed to do what was she had the document to take. That is the hospital report that states that Mohbad was brought in DOD. That would have been used at the morgue. If other documents are required, then they know what to do. But at least then Mohbad would have been put in the morgue. None of these things happened. Someone came in, told Mohbad's father to get out, that they were not going to issue him what was already being prepared to be issued to him. Who made that call that brought that break in transmission? Who made that call that stopped Mohbad's father from getting what he was supposed to get? Was the plan not for him to quickly put his son under the soil and still blame him for putting his son under the soil? What exactly? Now, she was asked about the relationship she has with Wunmi. She said, Wunmi did not offend her, and I don't have any problem with that. It was Joseph who gave her the effrontery and authority to treat me with disrespect. She said, treat me anyhow. He wanted to control me and Mohbad. He put all of us under her and elevated her above all of us. Whatever command he gave to her was what she did to us. Wunmi and Joseph were very close, and I could not even get between them. Whenever I visited Mohbad's house, Joseph would tell Wunmi to put only one meat in my food. Now, we have to also consider the mistakes of Mohbad's father. Like I said, a lot of things joined together to bring about the demise of Mohbad. Even if Mohbad's mother left or they had issues, of course, when you talk about someone leaving, when you say someone left, your father left, your mother left, people who go around with this narrative do not take time. Maybe they choose not to. They choose not to understand the reason why the other person left. There's a difference between someone left and went with another man or another woman. Oh, your mom left and started dating a rich guy, the boss of where she works. The boss of where she works, and left you guys. That's a different thing. Oh, your father left and went with another woman. Not because there was of correct issues on ground that the man knew that if I stayed in this house, one day I will end up RIP. Just like what we are saying about Mohbad and Wunmi. Imagine someone is to say this in the next 40 years saying, oh, Mohbad left his wife and kid. But Mohbad knew that if he did not leave, Wunmi was going to RIP him. Now, I want you guys to understand that part of it. So when we talk about father left, mother left, we need to understand reasons behind it. So I'm not going to dwell on why she left, what made her leave. There are a lot of reasons that will prompt people to leave. If your husband is abusive, you can be a good father, but not a good husband. You can be a good mother, but not a good wife, and vice versa. It happens that way. So we cannot dwell on that part. If Mohbad's father was abusive, emotional abuse, and all sort of abuse, particularly if Mohbad's mother, Abosede, parents didn't want marriage. That's why it's good to be very careful. It's difficult. It's very difficult. You're in a relationship with someone and your parent or one of them, for one reason or the other, they are so aggressive. I know it could turn out badly, even if you go to the direction they want you to go to. Like, no, I want you to marry our own person. And eventually, that person that they want, you get married to that person, and that person dealt with your life badly. You go back to them and say, look at what you have cost me. I regret. They feel sad about it. Like they pushed you where they want. You should have gone to where you wanted. And maybe that place that you wanted is where your destiny lies. And the other man is successful. You can see him with the other woman that he got in his life. They are so luminous. In fact, maybe they are on social media. Maybe he has become a political figure or a rich guy. And you'll be like, this is what I would have been enjoying. But you guys stopped me. I know it happens like that too. So they started having issues. The man is broke. He also has money. Things are not working for him. He's with this woman that left our own parents to listen to him. So they had their issues in life. Now, if Mohbad's father now decided to now elevate, because obviously it happens, these things do happen. You are telling your son's girlfriend or daughter to disrespect his mother. That is the biggest, regardless of anything that might have happened. You cannot. Yes, she left. But did she just leave? She carried her bag and left? No, something happened. It's not as if everything was rosy. We need to get that part. It was as if everything was fine. Then the man just left. It was as if everything was good and the woman just left. Some say, you should have stayed because of the kids. Our parents keep quiet. That's not true. That's not true. You should have stayed because of the children. You should have said, I'm not saying you should not have long suffering or bear certain things. But when it comes to you being battered, you might not be alive to see the kids. Let us look at what happened between Mohbad and Wunmi. If Mohbad had ran away earlier, this would never have happened to him. So there are some relationship or marriage that you need to escape from. There's something like children. Escape, but take note of your kids. Do not save your own head like a coward and leave your kids at, you have to be watchful spiritually and physically to monitor those children with that man. In her own case, she had one or two of those with, she took Mohbad and I think the younger brother of Mohbad back then. So I think it's the girl child that was living with Mohbad's father, then the elder sister of Mohbad back in those days. So she said, Mohbad's father did this, told Wunmi, if you want to marry my son, and want me to open my heart towards you for good, these are my instructions. And she did exactly what Mohbad's father said. Already, Mohbad's father had opened the door. He opened the door. He opened the door to some of this foolishness that we are seeing online, because many of us cannot understand what will prompt Mohbad's mother to be this foolish. So to her, this is my turn. I'm going to take my pound of flesh. And this is where she's also making a mistake. A lot of people have looked at Mohbad's family as a dysfunctional family, a useless family that nobody wants to be part of, either by marriage or by friendship. They said, no, this kind of family is a useless one. This is not a good family. Now, what kind of family is this? Don't be around, Mohbad sang it in his song, 10 years, 10 this and that. Yes, that happened. All this happened. All of that happened. This and that happened. Immediately, Mohbad wanted to see his mom. Mohbad's father is supposed to sit back and look at what needs to be done. Because it's not possible for him to say, 10 years, my mother is gone. He still feels that he needs to connect to his mother regardless. Just like how children also want to connect to their father too. Like, I still want to know. I want to be complete. It's a psychological thing. It's something that's an inside yearning that wants to fulfill itself. So that also happened. It happened also. So between them, Mohbad wanted to, and Mohbad eventually said, okay, Dad, you know what? I want you guys to put away your differences, settle it. Because Mohbad knows, it's not, even though he's a child then, he has grown to understand some things like, hey, look, father, poverty was part of what caused you guys problem. Now, you have made mistakes here and there. Can you guys reunite? But Mohbad's father was not willing to reunite. Why? Maybe what he found there when he tried to reunite, maybe he realized that Mohbad's mom was not true. Or the man, out of ego, could not just understand why Mohbad's mom went with another man. You know, there are men like that, like, why did she go to have children for another man? The man has scattered everywhere. You know, there are men like that. And they will not think of them also using their own bola to scatter another woman's pekus somewhere. They feel that their own bola is, unique and blessed. But the other woman, she has scattered her pekus. Now, it's simple. Mohbad is not a child. If that is the case, call Mohbad, speak to him and say, listen, I don't think I and your mom can come together as one, as a union. It's not going to work. But if that is what you want, I want you to understand that we have to give it time. At times, we even heard that Mohbad will rent hotel for father and mother to have time. Like, you guys, you reunite, stick together and kind of work this thing out. Clean yourself, package yourself. Let us see if these things will work. And now, I don't know if Mohbad's mom was now behaving diabolic, or maybe Mohbad's father went somewhere and they said, if you lay your chest on this woman's chest, she has already been used or she has already baited some spiritual things from the other man that she got married to. Because we heard that she got married to a a marabu babalawo slash a muti man, still saying Jesus, Jesus, the package, So maybe Mohbad's father felt like, something is happening to me anytime I lay with this woman. She is still the property of that man. That man has locked certain things in her body spiritually. Or the more I lay with this woman, the more I have bad dreams, the more terrible things are happening to me. I don't know. Or it's just outright hatred. Like, how dare you come now that my son is successful? So you think you can now come in and enjoy? I'm kind of just thinking, if Mohbad's father had forgotten about this and just held the hand of Mohbad's mother, like, okay, anyhow, let's forge ahead. I know it's difficult. Maybe Mohbad will not have spied. Maybe Mohbad's mom will not have had any reason to go give Mohbad's father fake clothes that was requested for to do spiritual work upon. Maybe it would have averted the demise of Mohbad. It's so sad. So she talked about how they did not allow her touch little boy called Liam, how she was not permitted to wash little Liam. But now that's not important because it is clear that child does not belong to Mohbad. So what is the way out? Will you, Mama Mohbad, stop this stupidity and begin to seek for justice for your son? Or you want to continue repeating what Mohbad's father did to you? After all, Mohbad is no more.